What's up, everybody? My name is Marcus Burke, and these are my UFC Holloway versus Kattar quick picks. All right, first in the main event, we have Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar. Here's a little lesson on Max Holloway. Max Holloway lost against Conor McGregor, but then he went on a 13-fight win streak and became the 145-pound champion. He then moved up to 155 to fight for the interim light heavyweight title, which he lost to Dustin Poirier, who's also fighting McGregor next week. And now we have Calvin Kattar. That's coming off a huge victory over Dan Ige by unanimous decision. No controversy, he definitely won that one. Calvin Kattar's last loss is actually to Zabit Maripov. He lost to Zabit, which was supposed to be a 5-round fight, but somehow turned out to be a 3-round fight. Now, a lot of people thought that if that fight went 2 more rounds, Calvin Kattar would have won. If you look at the odds in this fight, Holloway is a slight favorite. And if you look at their fight records, you'll see that Calvin Kattar and Max Holloway have fought a lot of the same guys. The next title fight at 145 is between Volkanovski and Brian Ortega. Why am I mentioning this? This is why. If Max Holloway wins this fight, he definitely wants Brian Ortega to win. It's very rare that you get a crack at a fighter, especially a champion, when you're already 0-2 against that fighter. But if Calvin Kattar wins, he will definitely get the shot at whoever wins between Ortega and Volkanovski. So my prediction, I am actually going for the slight underdog in this fight in Calvin Kattar. What? Yes, Calvin Kattar, unanimous decision. In the co-main event, I love this fight. I love this fight. Carlos Condit versus Matt Brown. Okay. Maybe they're past their prime just a little bit. I predict a super fun fight, stand and bang, with Carlos Condit knocking out Matt Brown in the 2nd round. Carlos Condit is 36, Matt Brown is 40. I predict both fighters retire after this fight. All right, the next fight on this card is Joaquin Buckley versus Dici Rico. Now, I was really hoping that Buckley would fight James Krause on this card, but instead, he's fighting a guy who's coming off of 3 losses in Dici Rico. Dici Rico? You know, I should really look things up before I do these videos. I think the UFC sees a lot of money in Joaquin Buckley with that super spin knockout, and that's why they made this fight. I'm not saying Dici Rico can't win this fight, but he can't win. Anything can happen. It's MMA. But if you're going to put some money down, put some on Joaquin Buckley. Another big fight on Saturday is the return of Ponzinibbio versus Jing Liang. Now, if you're a fan of MMA, you know that the Chinese fighters are coming in strong. And Jing Liang is no different. We haven't seen Ponzinibbio in over 2 years. 2 years! But the last time we saw him, he KO'd Neil Magny. And that's a big deal. Jing Liang has had some impressive knockouts in the UFC, but he has a tendency to keep his hands down. And that's not a good thing with Ponzinibbio. So I predict Ponzinibbio by knockout. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, tell me how wrong I am. But we'll see you next week for Poirier versus McGregor. So if you're a fan of MMA, you know that the Chinese fighters are now exploding all over the... No, that's not good.